Yo, peace, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving honor and praise to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov. Giving double honors to 7130 South Chicago that taught me this truth. Giving double honors to all the brothers and sisters that the Creator has awoken in these last days. With that being said, peace and shalom. Alright, brothers and sisters, I want to go into another discussion today. I want to talk about this show called Hood Talk News, and how they talk about a lot of the gang activity and things of this nature that's going on, quote unquote, in the so-called black community. And what's been hitting big news is a lot of the old rumblings about my man Nipsey Hussle and his run-ins or his beef with Big U. Big U is basically in the hood circles. He's accused of, some people say he may have set up Nipsey Hussle. And then some people say that he didn't set up Nipsey Hussle, but he actually knew that Nipsey Hussle was going to get killed by the one that they call Shitty Cuz, right? But what's so interesting about this situation is that what I see is this is another avenue that so-called black people is going in to go against one another. And mainly what I'm talking about is these quote-unquote street gangs, or these Negroes that's running around talking about how gangster they are, and how, or you have some of these old gangsters that's talking about that they trying to do something for the kids and all this type of stuff. But all I see from these guys is a bunch of going back and forth, sowing the seeds of hatred towards one another. Let's get this understood. Nipsey Hussle died because he could not leave the streets alone. And everybody know this, even gangbangers, that when you in the streets, there's two things that's going to happen. You either going to go to jail or you going to go to prison. There's the only options that gang activity has in our community. And one of the reasons why Nipsey Hussle got killed like that is because he could not let go the thug mentality. And that's pretty much what he made his moniker around, is the fact that he was a local kid coming out of LA, right? Rolling with the the Rolling 60s or whatever these gangs that's what these gangs are called out there in LA, one of the fractions of the gangs. And what these young, and see, I feel sorry for Nipsey Hussle, is because he's really a victim of this gang culture that was started way before he was even born. And this is why I'm telling the young people, is that if you don't have proper education, you don't have proper leadership at home, and see, your leaders are supposed to be your parents, your uncles, your family. And see, a lot of times when we growing up as kids, we don't have proper leadership at home. We don't have a proper family structure. So a lot of times we create social clubs and things of this nature, but the social clubs that we're creating are detrimental to the community. And this is what this is all these gangs are. They nothing but social clubs or low level Masonic lodges that is basically going against one another. And what's happening is our kids from generation to generations are being caught up in this nonsense. We should not even be talking about Nipsey Hussle unless we're talking about the fact that because of his affiliations with the Rolling 60s, this is one of the reasons why he ended up getting killed. And that this gang culture or this gang lifestyle that our people is living is killing our youth. So if we're going to sit up here and talk about these things, we have to put things in perspective. The reason why we're having problems as a community, one of the reasons is because we don't have proper male figures in the household. We don't have proper women in the household. And as a result of this, our generation is being destroyed. So you have a lot of these guys that talk about this hood politics. They're doing nothing but continuing the cycle of destroying our next generation. And see, we need to start coming against these individuals. It's because there's nothing positive talking about the conflict between Big U and Nipsey Hussle and the rest of these folks. It's really sad. It's because instead of black people coming together, pulling their resources together and doing things positive that's going to elevate and bring forth a next generation, what we're doing, we're killing each other. So with that being said, peace, shalom.